What's what's going on, Born to Grind family? We're gonna try something new today. We're gonna react to Dante London's latest video. Let's get straight into it. Hope y'all like this. Like the video right now, y'all. Subscribe if y'all ain't subscribed.
And man, been through so much, bro. So much. Over the last 5 years of my life, I couldn't hold a job, which led me to only being able to live in public housing and depend on government assistance. Okay, and so during that whole time, I was staying consistent with YouTube, hoping that YouTube would be a full-time job for me one day, and it finally became full-time last year. Okay, and then when it did become full-time, the first thing I did was move my family out of public housing. I got a new car, and so I made all of those moves solely off of YouTube income because I had like some really good months on YouTube, which is why I ended up moving. Now I did get like some advice from like some family members and even some of my viewers that was telling me like, Dante, we know you excited, you making some money now off YouTube, but just be careful with moving so soon. You want to make sure you got a secure job, a stable income, and you don't want to be in a position to where you can't afford where you live at.
And that's how I kind of felt too. I didn't think he should have, even though he was getting that amount of money, excuse me, he should have stayed in low income until he was able, more comfortable, and had his priorities straight to move out of there. He should have stayed there and did the rest of his term up in his lease, stacked that money up because he didn't want to have, he didn't have to really pay rent, market rent, and stuff like that. He was playing, he's low income, so he had to pay really nothing really because he wasn't working. He was just doing YouTube. Should have kept stacking that money up. Should never bought that car and just kept it going. And then if you wanted to leave, then leave. You know what I'm saying? And get a job like he's doing now, working and doing YouTube. That's what I think. What do y'all think? Comment down below. Let's finish the video. Let me know y'all thought.
I heard that a lot, and that was the advice that was given to me, but I didn't take it because little old me was like, I'm making all the money on YouTube. I don't care what nobody say. If I can move my family out of low income, I'm moving my family out of low income. So that's exactly what I did. I made all these moves. Fast forward, the YouTube income that I was dependent on slowed down because the internet is unpredictable. YouTube income is not stable. It can be up and down. It dropped to where I couldn't cover my bills no more. Eventually, I was like, maybe if I start sharing this to YouTube, maybe it'll pick my views back up. You know what I'm saying? And then maybe I could get the bills called back up again. So eventually those videos of me sharing that financial hardship is what helped me keep my apartment and get all my bills called back up. It's crazy how YouTube work, bro. I'm telling you. Now, I'm cool. I got blessed with a really good job, man. So I got 3 jobs right now. I got YouTube, I got my new job I just started, and I still do my gig work. So I got 3 sources of income. Today is my day off, by the way. I go back to work tomorrow. So I'm off today, but today I'm after my wife get out her doctor's appointment, me and my wife about to grind it out on our gig work. You feel me? So on my off days, I'm gonna be doing YouTube, and then I'm gonna be doing my gig work with Instacart. Actually, I got 4 sources of income because I get tips at my job, right? I get tips at my job. So my new job is hourly plus tips. So I get 2 checks on payday. I get one for hourly, and then I get one for all the tips I make. And plus we get cash tips too. So that's dope. And then also my wife is she's starting at my job too this week. So that's gonna obviously some extra income as well. So it's dope, bro. Like I'm cool now. So I got some solid sources of income, and I'm blessed because I got a job that I can actually do and that I actually like, bro. Like I like my job now. I can't remember the last time I said that I actually liked a job. Like I really can't even remember the last time I said that. I worked a lot of jobs over the years, and I never stayed at none of them. But I actually like this job, bro. Like I'm just thankful. You know what I'm saying?
And think about Dante, I understand them because I've been there as well. Like seeing all these creators posting, don't work a job, don't work a 9 to 5, stay at on YouTube, stay consistent, stuff like that. But you're not really making no money, man. So it's like, and then you get that thought in your head like a 9 to 5 is not good enough. You know what I mean? And that's not true. You need to not 9 to 5 as well until you structure yourself to be able to do full time on YouTube. And it's hard to do full time on YouTube. So you need a job, like for sure.
And especially like what happened a couple months ago when me almost losing my apartment. Like I never been in a situation where I was like in that much financial hardship. It was scary, bro, because I really didn't know what to do at the time. And I felt like such a failure in my life, bro. I'm like, bro, like I'm a man, bro, with a wife and a son, bro, and I can't afford to keep a roof over my family head, bro. I'm like, nah, bro, this ain't cool, bro. Cool for a month, and I was like, bro, I gotta get on this job search. You feel me? I gotta start getting things in order. I got a family to take care of, bro. I'm out here, lollygagging, thinking life a game. Like it ain't that, bro. You know what I'm saying? And so all of it was like, because I didn't want to work. That was the thing, bro. I didn't want to work for somebody else. But like, damn, bro, like you get to a point to where it's like, okay, bro, how much do you want to keep struggling? How much do you want to keep going through all this that you're going through constantly because you just don't want to work? That's what I had to tell myself, bro. So I'm like, bro, if I had stable income, I wouldn't have went through 90% of what I went through over the last 5 years if I would have just had a solid source of income. I went through what I went through because I didn't want to work for somebody. You know what I'm saying? I was lazy. That's really what it was, bro. I was lazy. And I had like a bunch of like self-work ethic. Like if I could make my own money, I was cool. I was grinding. But when it came to working for somebody else, I ain't had no good work ethic there. But that's the important. That's part of being a man. We live in a world nowadays where everybody want to be content creators. Everybody want to be on social media. Everybody want to own businesses. That's just how life is now. You don't come across people who say they want to work jobs or talk highly of jobs. It's people don't do it, bro. Everybody always complain about working. I was one of those people too. You don't realize how scary it is, bro, until you ain't got nowhere to stay. That terrified me. You hear me? That terrified me. It was stuff I ain't even show on YouTube, bro. I was crying in my wife's arms, bro. I was crying, holding my son, bro, telling him, bro, I'm so sorry that I got us in this position.
I've done the same thing.
I'm gonna get our lives together. I promise. We gonna be all right. You know what I'm saying? That was a wake up call for me, bro. So at that point, bro, I'm like, yeah, I left YouTube. I ain't care about YouTube, bro. I left YouTube for an entire month, bro. I just stopped uploading, bro. Cause I'm like, bro, this ain't cool, bro. Like, look at where I'm at in my life, bro. I can't afford my bills. I can't. You feel me? Like, I need to go and get my life in order, bro. I need to leave this social media shit alone and just go and get my life right. I ain't never felt that low before in my life, bro. I never felt that low before in my life.
I feel and understand.
Like, I got a family, bro, and I can't even, you feel me?
Yeah.
And so that's why I started sharing the videos. I'm like, at that point, I'm like, bro, I gotta do whatever I gotta do to get these bills paid so I can keep my crib. You feel me? At that point, I ain't care what nobody thought about me. I ain't care about sharing the journey at that point. Yes, it was like, it wasn't like I didn't want to share that journey when I was losing my crib and all of that, but I did it because it was a desperate attempt to be able to keep my apartment. Right. You feel me? So yeah, it was just a wake up call for me, man. And realizing now that I don't live in public housing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm out here like in the real world now. Like, the bills ain't subsidized. It ain't no leniency. I gotta work. I gotta pay the bills. I need consistent income, when you living in market rate.
Wow. That's a powerful message, you guys. Let me know what y'all think down below. Do y'all understand and feel what he's saying? Have y'all been through stuff like this? Like, you thought you had it, but didn't have it. Now you got to struggle to try to get it when you could have just stayed where you was until you came up. Like, I feel his pain, I can have sympathy for him, He's a young man, we all go through our trouble. So, sure. If y'all like this content, please like, comment, subscribe, hit your notification bell so you don't miss when I drop a video. If y'all like these reactions, I will continue to do reactions. Coming down reactions. I have a lot of reactions I can do for y'all. Different, not on Dontay London, but different ones. Well, if y'all like the vlogs, type vlogs, and I keep doing the vlogs. Thank y'all for watching.